Endrick, the Brazilian sensation, has captured the football world's attention with his incredible skills and potential. At just 18, he's already outperformed legends like Neymar and Vinícius Jr at the same age. But is he the next Pele or Ronaldo? As Brazil's new hope, Endrick has the power to lead his nation into a new golden era of football greatness. But what makes him so special? Could he surpass the legends like Pele and Ronaldo and lead Brazil to a new era of dominance? Let's dive into the remarkable journey of this young star and explore why the footballing world believes he could be Brazil's next superstar. Endrick's rise in the world of football has been nothing short of extraordinary. The young Brazilian striker, known for his sharp instincts and lethal finishing, has outscored the likes of Neymar and Vinícius Jr before his 18th birthday. Taking on the legendary Brazil number 9 shirt, Endrick's early performances for the national team have been filled with promise, scoring against world-class teams like England and Spain. With his incredible awareness and maturity beyond his years, Endrick is poised to take Brazilian football to new heights and kickstart a new era of dominance for his country. Although he recently underperformed in his first Copa-America tournament for Brazil, he still has plenty of years ahead of him to rectify this and someday win the trophy and more for Brazil. As soon as Endrick could kick a ball, his father began to record his progress and post it on social media. Douglas's intention was to make sure his son had publicity, and it helped. Endrick got the attention of top clubs in Brazil, but it was Sao Paulo FC that won him over, and when he was 10, he played for them in a national tournament. Douglas, sensing an opportunity for his son, recorded him, and video clips of his skills went viral on platforms like YouTube. This time, another Sao Paulo-based club noticed him, but they didn't make a move yet as the time was not yet right. Endrick continued to train in Sao Paulo's academy, but there was a problem. His family lived in Valparaíso de Goiás, 600 miles away, and the distance made Endrick miss several training sessions. Not wanting his son to fall behind and have a low-level football career like he had, Douglas asked Sao Paulo FC for a monthly allowance and a job. This way, Endrick and the family would be able to move to Sao Paulo. The club offered Douglas 150 Brazilian reais, which was around $27 a month. The offer was low. What would Douglas do? Palmeiras was the other Sao Paulo-based club who were watching Endrick. They would have signed him, but Sao Paulo FC seemed to have all but secured Endrick's signature when he was legally allowed to sign a pro contract in the future. At least until the moment Douglas asked for a job from Sao Paulo FC. Seeing the offer their rival offered Douglas, they countered it. They offered Douglas around 3,000 Brazilian reais a month to help Endrick and his family move and settle in Sao Paulo. They also promised Douglas a job as the first team janitor. The offer was tempting, but there was even more. Palmeiras are one of Brazil's biggest clubs. They've won 26 Campeonato Paulista state leagues, a record 12 national Brazilian Serie A league titles, and 3 CONMEBOL Copa Libertadores. With the offer to help the family settle and the pedigree the club had, it looked like Endrick's future was settled. Endrick's talent brought a lot of hype for him, but with his father's influence, he remained humble. However, the hype continued to grow with the young Brazilian getting compared to the greats of Brazilian football. Endrick rejected such comparisons, not because he couldn't deal with the pressure that came with the comparisons, but because of his humility. The young Brazilian forward is fearless and has an elite mentality. Endrick began to represent Palmeiras in youth competitions, even the ones above his age group. When he was 14, he played in under-17 competitions and had a reputation of being sour when Palmeiras didn't win even when they performed well. To him, winning is everything. He shared this mentality with former Real Madrid player Cristiano Ronaldo. No wonder Real Madrid signed him. Will he have a similar effect Cristiano had on Madrid later on? Let us know what you think in the comments. Stay tuned as we get into his start to life in Madrid later in this video, but don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. While Endrick loved to win, he wanted to enjoy it with his teammates and wouldn't sacrifice them so he could enjoy victory. Before a match, he prevented a teammate from being dropped from the starting lineup before a game because of nervousness. Endrick talked to the coach and told him that he would calm the player down. He accepted responsibility for that player, and with things like this, his hype grew even more. What made it grow even greater was the 165 goals he scored in 169 games for Palmeiras youth teams, and his performance in the 2022 Copa São Paulo de Futebol Jr, where he scored 8 goals. This was impressive, and Endrick became a target for European clubs with Chelsea and Real Madrid, heavily interested in the talented youngster who looks set to be the future of Brazilian football. Palmeiras considered him ready for first-team football, but he had a long way to go, setting a record as the youngest player to play for Palmeiras' first team, aged 16 years, 2 months, and 16 days. Endrick made his senior professional debut on the 6th of October 2022. He came on as a second-half substitute in Palmeiras' game against Coritiba, and it was memorable. Endrick came on when Palmeiras were in a comfortable 3-0 lead. Fans roared as he came on, and he delighted them even more, coming close to scoring. By the end of the game, Endrick showed the kind of talent he was. It would be 21 days later that Endrick scored for his club. He scored 2 goals against Club Atlético Paranaense to help Palmeiras win the match and became the second youngest goalscorer in the history of Brazil's Serie A. His debut season got even better as he won his first trophy with the team when they won the league title with 3 games in hand. Endrick scored another goal to make it his third in 7 appearances. His electrifying performances helped him win the most promising player in the Brazilian Serie A, and with that, more was expected from him. Then, with Madrid agreeing a deal which Palmeiras described as the biggest in Brazilian football history, the expectation on Endrick grew even greater. He had to show that he was worthy to put on the famous white jersey of Los Blancos. Endrick had a season and a bit to show this as he was 16 when Real Madrid signed him. The pressure on him cranked up even more, but Endrick wasn't bothered by it. He should have been. Maybe Endrick thought he would be eased into the team since they had Danilo and Gustavo Scarpa, who were the senior forwards for Palmeiras. The club sold these two in the January transfer window, and the future Madrid player had to show his stuff. Maybe because of the weight of responsibility on him, Endrick felt he had to do more than he should. After showing he could score for fun in the previous season, Endrick went quiet. He didn't score a single goal or make an assist in the 8 out of 10 games he started, and even wasted 4 big chances. Endrick, who usually had immense mental strength, felt frustrated after double-digit appearances without a goal. At some point, he began to cry on the bench after being substituted. The media feasted on Endrick's inability to score and continued to make comparisons. It was a sink or swim moment for Endrick. Which one would it be? One thing about Endrick was he had an excessive attitude. He tended to take things too far with his mentality. It is understandable. He had a style that made him easily comparable to Brazilian greats. Endrick is a centre-forward, and while he has a shot first and asks questions later, like Erling Haaland, he has a different skill set. Endrick isn't tall, but what he lacks in height, he makes up for in a powerful left foot and his versatility across the front line. He defends on the front foot as he can press, but can be a little bit lazy when it comes to tracking back, but he seems to be training this out of himself. With his ability, Endrick was always going to swim. Endrick turned his drought around and scored 3 in 4 games. He felt confident, and it reflected in how he played, but he wasn't back yet. Endrick entered into another drought and played 12 consecutive matches without a goal. After a fitness problem caused by a horrible tackle from a Corinthians player in September, Endrick returned to form in October, and it came just at the right time. Palmeiras were having an intense battle against Botafogo for the league title. It was a tough battle, and Palmeiras were getting tired. They needed a spark if they were going to win the league. Endrick was that spark. He scored 2 goals and inspired a comeback against Botafogo and Grêmio. That win moved Palmeiras 3 points behind Botafogo, who were the first. Then Endrick scored for Palmeiras in a 1-1 draw against Cruzeiro in December. That win put them 2 points above second-place Grêmio. Despite his drought, Endrick ended the season with 11 goals, the second highest scored in a Serie A season by an under-18 player behind Ronaldo. Is he truly the new Ronaldo? Endrick was finally confirmed by Madrid in July, and also unveiled as a new player on the 27th of July 2024 at the Santiago Bernabeu. The wait was over. Endrick was here. Would he fall to the weight of the jersey, or would he dazzle in it? Endrick has been sensational for Real Madrid. He scored the 3rd goal on his debut for them in their match against Real Valladolid. That goal made him the youngest foreigner to score for the club in La Liga's history. He was just getting started with the records. When he debuted in the Champions League for Los Blancos against VfB Stuttgart, Endrick showed 2 things in that match. He showed that he could do the defensive duties that he had shown that he didn't like. He also showed that he could be selfish too. Endrick scored Madrid's third goal, and it was a beautifully worked goal. Stuttgart wanted to equalise through a corner as the scores were 2-1. Stuttgart didn't score from the corner, and Endrick latched onto the ball and went on a solo run. Endrick had Kylian Mbappe and Vinícius Jr at both sides to choose from for a goal. Instead, Endrick was fearless and went for the goal himself with a powerful shot, which the Stuttgart keeper couldn't keep out. Fans went wild as he broke another record. He became the youngest Brazilian footballer to score in the UEFA Champions League, aged just 18 years and 58 days. It looks like there's more to come from Endrick. Will he meet the expectations of him growing to being a legend? Will he be the new Ronaldo for Brazil? Or will he run out of steam? Let us know what you think in the comments.